Yes. Good call. Good call. Iron pickaxes have that characteristic. Let me just check the rest of them. I should really
Yeah,
have
all of the vanilla pickaxes apparently have them, because I've got some portfolios scanned off of a stone pickaxe.
Alright, here we go. So, I need the iron pickaxe for the infusion, too. The cobweb. We don't have a cobweb. Instrumentum.
I've got some shears, so that can be solved.
Yeah, we should. I think there's a spider tree in the neighborhood. I'll have to go look. Meto. I'm just going to write this down. This thing's on like the 15th page of my section here, so I'm just going to write down what we need here.
Works for me.
16 instrumentum. 16 meadow. 16 ordo, that's easy. I've got that one on automatic. Production, 16 perfido. And 16 precantito. 1 Salius. 1 spiderweb. Salius, spider, and iron pick. And then,
well,
of course,
I see
there's
a hang glider in the AE system that I'm going to snag temporarily to go see if I can't find a tree.
Good call. That is our spare, so be my guest. We'll have to make a couple more of them at some point, so don't worry about it.
Sure. I see there is a magical forest biome up to the north, so I'll head that direction.
Good call. 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There we are. 6 iron picks plus the 1 for the actual infusion. There we go. Okay, and now let me see. Crafting. I think crafting benches have. No, that's the wrong. Instrumentum. Do you remember? Hold on. Look. Have I rediscovered it yet? It's funny having all of these things discovered and not discovered at the same time. Apparently rubber has it. Cool. Rubber logs. Very easy. I should have tons of that. Rubber wood. So we need 16 rubber wood. There we go. We need meto. What has meto? That'll be a food item, won't it?
Try eggs.
Eggs. Oh, good call. I don't have those. I don't have that one right now. But if eggs have it, then we're good to go. No, eggs have beast. Nope, not in eggs. I have it currently. The only thing I have discovered is unfortunately very expensive. Ooh, Hoe might have it. That might actually be something for a Hoe. Yep.
Are we talking Messis? M-E-S-S-I-S?
No, what's it called? I wrote it down as
M-E-T-O.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Agricraft sprinkler blocks have it.
Really? Okay. It also is just available in hose, so.
That worked too.
Yeah, so we'll get, it's in the same quantity, I think, as in, yeah, 3, so we'll need, for 16, we'll need 6 of those. Including the one that's almost toast, which apparently is just as good. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to need Ordo, I've got taken care of in the system already. Perfidio, which one was that? That is, I can never visual, I still don't quite have them memorized. Thank goodness for...
apparently we need Silk Touch to make a cobweb because it's just giving me regular string.
Oh, right, that's vanilla. That's vanilla for you. I do remember that. I can get them. I forgot about that because I can get them straight from a shears with Better Than Wolves. Do you think any Silk Touch item would do it, or does it have to be the appropriate item? Ooh, why don't you just make would a Silk Touch axe do it?
Potentially.
Or can we do anything with shears in Tinker's Construct?
I don't believe we can do Tinker's Construct shears.
Okay. Let's think. How else could we do this? Let's see what other kind of shears we've got. We have thermal foundation shears. Do any of them have special properties, or are they just different?
They're just more robust.
Anvil Elementium. That's
Wait a minute. Maybe Dark Iron. Hang on a second.
dark shears. Yeah. Precision shears. Extra utilities. 2 unstable ingots. 2 angel blocks. Do you think those might be Silk Touch? I'm just throwing ideas. Oh, shears, precision shears can harvest. Oh, no, they're way funkier than that. Never mind.
Yeah, precision shears, I believe, just have infinite durability. That's all.
And they harvest. They do harvest anything a stone tool can harvest, from the sounds of it. So there's an extra little quirk to those. Okay, so we've got Ordo. Let's start getting this system up and running. So I'm going to have to empty this whole plate. Okay, I got enough brick and Tito. Oh dear.
Whoa. Looks like the server reset just happened.
Oh, it's supposed to warn us 5 minutes beforehand. Dang it. All right, well, that should be back up and running in just a second. Yeah. Oh, dear. I'll get that on a better schedule. It's not supposed to... I'll reschedule it for every 6 hours. If I do it at 6 p.m. and midnight, we should be fine.
Yeah, that should be much more amenable.
Yeah. You know, I didn't even think of that when I set the schedule up. Well, I suppose we could pick that up in the next episode. We'll get a few things organized and get the infusion ready for next episode, because we're just going to be running around scrambling up resources, aren't we?
For the most part, I mean, I've got the Ender Quarry built. Now all we need is, if you want Silk Touch, is to get that thing. The only problem with the Silk Touch is it is going to be an energy hog. I believe it was something like 20 times the power output.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we might not be in a position to do that. Maybe we shouldn't worry about it. It's back up anyway, so let's Well, okay, let's think about this for a minute. If the before I go crazy, if the system, or sorry, if the Deep Dark is as well stocked on resources as you imply, then it shouldn't be necessary, should it?
It should be at least 2 or 3 times as voluminous as Overworld.
Okay. Well, why don't we just give it a try then? So what we need to do though is we need, let me see, Ender. We need conduit. There we are. We need some item conduits. We need a couple of filters. It can take as much energy as it can get, can't it?
I believe there is eventually a cap, but you may want to use a smaller sized energy conduit as a built-in throttle.
All right. Well, why don't I'll just bring a couple of different. I'll bring the medium and the large conduits from Ender IO with me. We'll see what happens.
You can also use a whatchamacallit, a capacitor as a energy buffer / throttle.
Yeah, it shouldn't technically be necessary. Now I need a filter. I guess the what's it called? I need a filter. I need an item filter. All right, I need a couple hoppers, which means I need some chests. Really? Come on. There we are. Get a few chests in the system. I'm just making some item filters for so that we don't want to waste energy and resources sending cobblestone back, for example, right?
Yeah, that would be something we don't need to worry about. Now, we can actually build a trash can. It's literally called a trash can.
I've got one already.
And we can put a filter in that, and we can filter in cobble, and I don't know if dirt or gravel spawn in there, but if so, you can filter those.
Let's just bring, we'll just bring one of each along just in case. Cobble.
I'm moving over now, so if you see any server lag, that would be why.
Gravel. There won't be any sand, I'm pretty sure. And then, last but not least, we'll need... Come on, there was something else I was thinking we need. Trash can, filters, gravel, dirt, cobble, fences. How many fences?
No, do not need fences anymore.
Really? What did they do? What has she done? What have they done instead?
Well, why don't we go to the QED and I will show you.
Oh, okay. At the QED. You're coming back? Or you just timed out?
Fatal error has occurred. This connection is terminated.
Oh, you know what? I have the vague recollection of that happening. I see. They've done markers. I already see it in the QED. They've done markers sort of like Buildcraft.
Yes, very, very like Buildcraft. So you set them out where you want them to go, and I've got them. So
cool.
I've got my hammer with me, my Hall Smasher, and I will proceed to do so.
Yeah. Wasn't that desync from leaving the Deep Dark something that we've seen in the past? All right, you go that way. I'll go this way, because it'll make a cube through. It doesn't have to be open space, right?
Correct. We just need to put them down.
It just needs to make a... they just need to line up with each other is all. I would assume 3 of them sort of like... again, sort of like Buildcraft. I love repairing things with cobblestone. So much fun. Alright, well, let's not get too ambitious with our first one. We'll see how much resources it gets. Alright, and I'll set up our little system here. There's our Tesseract.
Here, have one of those. You can run down that hall. I'll grab this one and run down this hall.
Alright,
and we
lined
will...
up. Alright, right at the end, they've got some...
Okay, we've got particles. That means they're connected.
All right, now where will the item... Does it have an internal inventory, or does it just start spitting items everywhere?
It will start spitting items everywhere. Now then, the Tesseract can actually be used to warp items back, and if you have a Tesseract on the same channel hooked up to the to an enemy interface, it'll just spit it out straight into the enemy interface and into the system.
Okay, question. Do they only do one channel?
They only do one channel. However, you can use channel 0 as items, and you can create a third Tesseract on channel 0 designed to receive items, whereas this one will send items. And as long as that other one is set to receive items, it doesn't need to worry about power. Hooked up to an ME interface, it'll spit out items as fast as it gets it into the ME interface. All
right, so we've got it set to receive energy, send items. Now, before we hook up the power, let's do the power last. Let's get everything else configured first. Does it need a chest as an interface point?
No, probably, actually, in this particular instance.
It's interesting because it is an Ender IO item, but it still requires a chest.
Well, technically, it can probably spit it out into an item conduit, but this is actually an extra utilities thing, not an Ender IO thing.
You know, it's weird. You think... Yeah, right. Okay. Do you want to pop back and get one for me while I get the rest of this configured?
And hey, I can use a warp book to get back without desyncing.
Nice. Okay. Alright, we want to go in search, filtered on blacklisting cobble, dirt, and that. And then we want one over here to a trash can. And that one will be set to insert, whitelisting, dirt, gravel, and cobble. That should do that. Okay, I'm going to come back and set up the Tesseract item reception. Might as well do it with the workbook. As you say, if there's a desync problem, we'll have to determine that off the camera. Now it's interesting that this is actually already set as my item reception location. So Tesseract right next to, and set to item mode receive. Everything else blocked. Okay. That should do it. So we should see tons of items coming in through there. And you've got a chest.
Hang on, I'm making some pyrotheum here.
Oh.
I've got a chest though.
Cool. So, yeah, the only thing that unfortunately won't be produced here, as you say, is Yellorium. I think a project for the near future, if we're going to start using chunk loaders, is going to be a... we've got actually a fair amount of plutonium now. So we could start thinking about actually manufacturing a vein, the next tier reactor type. Which I would assume is going to be actually a little more complicated to control. You back in the deep dark?
Give me a tick.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem. I just coming back in. That's all. Now, are we going to need some speed?
Keep in mind that the Ender IO conduits themselves are not necessarily the fastest thing to pull.
And that's
so...
why I'm thinking get some Ender IO speed modules. That'll take 2 seconds to make.
Why don't we just start off with a regular one without any upgrades, and then if we find that we need upgrades, we can do so.
Yeah, I found them useful a couple of times, but yeah, we can just hold off. I need to make electrical steel anyways. We're almost out of it. So let's just get back to the deep dark and let's get this system up and running. Really put our put that as of yet really untested ore processing system through its paces. Oh. You on your way? Or are you still getting other things done?
Your Tesseract frame recipe is kind of...
Hmm?
Oh, do you have the other Tesseract recipe?
Oh yeah, it was the Tesseract was already done. There should be all 3 of them in there. And I had 3 Tesseracts already made.
Ah, okay.
So
I didn't realize you'd already got the third Tesseract made.
The output,
right there.
The output one's already... Oh yeah, output one was already ready to go. And yeah, the recipe for the finished Tesseract should be there. But yeah, drop the chest in right... Okay, yeah, right there. We'll conduit up. You set to... Whoops.
You may have to power it from underneath.
Yeah, I'll get that in just a second. I haven't actually laid in any power cables yet. There we are. Extract, always active. And power. Let's see. How do you tell if one of these, if this thing's... it's scanning. It seems to be working.
Also, I set up the trash can as a priority 1 instead of a priority 0 because otherwise everything would just go to the Tesseract instead of the trash can because it's closer.
I set filters. It's whitelisted and blacklisted. I blacklisted the Tesseract. So...
Yeah. You set up an item filter to blacklist on the Tesseract itself.
Oh, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Yep. No, yeah, it's better safe than sorry. If you set up a whitelist and a mirrored whitelist and blacklist, it prevents any risk of this. I mean, your solution is a good one, setting the priority. But setting up a whitelist and a blacklist simultaneously also just removes any ambiguity.
Right.
So do we have... Is it actually working? Or is it just working on scanning things right now?
I believe it is actually working.
Okay, it just says it's scanning blocks. Oh yeah, there they come. Oh yeah, look at that. Holy crap, look at that thing go. Okay, well let's go check in the overworld. Let's go to the castle and see what the ore processing system's doing. So that thing should be working even when we're not there now. An easy way to tell that is to look at this ME interface here. ME interface. I'm not seeing any items coming into it right now.
I'm seeing a bunch of items being processed right now.
Okay, yeah, well the question is there new stuff coming in or am I just not... Oh right, but we're waiting on ores. Okay, yeah, I know why it's not working. It's because it'll only show up when an ore comes through.
Well, we've got ores that are
a new ore just came. A new ore just came in. What it is the way the system is configured because we're filtering out. We're seeing lots of stuff in the deep dark because we're seeing all the cobblestone. But in the in the overworld, all we ever see are the ores, which is by design.
Correct.
Yeah, so the only downside to the system we've got set up is we're not getting the benefit of diamond ore, redstone ore, and all that other good stuff coming in and being processed as ores, which is why I wanted the silk touch. Still might be worth looking at. Let's see how the reactor's doing, actually. That'd be the place to look. If the reactor's keeping up, I won't be too worried about it. Alright, turn off that so I can actually read the reactor. It is maintaining...
It's actually doing really well.
It's maintaining level, no problem. So, that's good. It probably just... Is it actually... Yeah, it's doing just fine. It's probably going to hang around that point there, which is good. Okay.
Yeah, it found its equilibrium point at around 92 to 93%, right. which is really good.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm checking our storage system. We have, let's see. If we're gonna be doing this, we need to add more storage capability to our. Yeah, we need to add some more storage capability to a few of our chests up here. Last thing we want is for stuff to be getting destroyed. I don't have one set up for gold. Might want to fix that.
That would explain why there's very little gold in the system, yes.
Well, the gold is just being stored in disk drives right now. It's not being stored in barrels. The reason why there's very little gold in the system is because I've used it all. Let's see. We need barrel... upgrades. No. Craftable. There we go. We need the Java stuff. The Mark III. We'll get 8 of those. Hopefully... Six. Alright. This should do it. So I'm going to upgrade them to carry the ingot storage. Now holds 512 stacks. Each of these do. So I don't think we'll run out of space anytime soon now. Certainly there won't be any reason to run our system on a regular basis with this much capacity. Or with this many items. We won't be running the miner constantly, will we?
Not unless we have a desperate need for certain ores.
We're actually probably going to need the digital miner in the overworld more to get Galorium. Are there Thaumcraft ores in the Deep Dark, or are those absent as well?
I honestly could not tell you the answer to that one.
Okay. The easiest way to tell would be to see if those things increase in numbers. There's 148 earth shards right now. We'll see if that changes. Hopefully I'll actually remember to check that. Let's see. We'll be getting lapis. We'll be getting... Already done that one. Getting redstone. Getting coal. Coal's already fully upgraded. We're going to be getting gold. Gold's going into that system right now. I think that's everything of significance we're getting right now. Oh, we might be getting... oh, that's already up. 320 stacks there. Might as well get a spot for gold, I guess. Would that make some sense?
Yep, and especially with your, is it 4 times, or did you actually go all the way to the 5 times production setup?
It's 4. I looked at what it took to get the 5 times, and basically, after the effort it took to get the 4 times production, I figured the 5 time just looked like that much more insanity, so I figured maybe as a big project, but I'm certainly not feeling a screaming shortage of resources with 7,000 of most of the ingots in stock.
Yeah, can certainly understand that.
Which is what those, I mean, basically the ingots that are being multiplied by 4 I have more than enough of, except copper, which was basically used up to make the 4x processing in the first place.
And the gold.
Yeah. And gold will get fixed soon. I just need to get the upgrades and get a barrel in place.
Yeah, by the way, I think I found a decent block that will do really well as our frame for our MAC.
Ooh, okay. You got that in you got that on hand, or?
I'm in the process of replacing now. I don't have a 1 of equal trade, so I'm doing it manually.
I didn't. Oh right, yeah. I'll have to get you a wand crafted. Or enchant.
Well, I've got a wand. I just don't have the thing.
Ah, do you want what wand level do you have?
I believe it's gold capped. Let's see, gold capped wood, not the regular wood, the other wood.
Oh,
not the silver wood, but the great wood. Great wood. There we go.
I should get you a silver wood wand. I've got. I have made them. I've got a Thaumian embossed silverwood wand, so I can get that.
Yeah, those are kind of really pricey on resources, though.
Not really. Once we're at this stage, not really. It's not too bad that way. Gold, come to me. Once you're in the system, we'll be fine.
Oh, by the way, one other really cute thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chisel 2 works very well with the Ender IO painters, so you can paint things like, say, glowstone, and that way we don't need any more unsightly torches down here. We can actually put glowstone blocks in the floor, paint them to look like the factory blocks, and you'd never know the difference.
Nice. That will be useful. All right, let's get some upgrades on this barrel of gold. Okay, and I'm putting void upgrades on these barrels. No, I did not put void upgrades on the metal storage, which actually makes a great deal of sense. If I have an overflow of metal, I'd rather not lose the metal in the process.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's done. All right. Well, our gold stock is being replenished as we speak. And it looks like in the next episode we'll be ready to start in on something new. Oh, you're doing the replacement now? I want to see I want to see. Oh, good choice. Good choice. Now all we need is the rest of the molecular assemblers to make it look extra awesome, and we'll be good. Because that's not a waste of resources, right?
When you have the resources, you might as well use them to look cool.
I know. That's something I really got to get going on again in here. I've sort of half started on it a few times.
Yeah, and we do kind of need to set up some things. And you were talking about a turbine earlier. Turbine, I don't know if we are to the point where we really need a turbine. Turbines can produce stupid amounts of RF, yes, but it is well in excess of our anticipated power budget.
What is it called? It's called cyanite. There we are. I've got 800 cyanite. Nice. I actually might want to get that in a barrel too, but I'll do that another time. No, interesting. The the hoe broke in the Ender Lily farm. Some point in the distant past.
Yeah, but we've got a whole barrel of Ender Pearls on the other side.
Yes, we do. I'm just going to get this going for the sake of getting it going for now, and we'll replace it with one of your systems later. It's here. I want to make it go. Know what I mean?
Yep.
It'd be fun to find the end at some point and actually fight that dragon. Do we have any mods that make the end more interesting, or is it the standard end?
It is the standard, and there is a mod that specifically does that, but I'm not a really big fan of it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was just curious. The only one I'm aware of is the what is it? The hard end, or yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but I know which. I think we're probably thinking on the same mod. So
yeah, it adds a lot of stuff that I'm not really all that big a fan of, but yeah.
I mean, considering how little of the surface we've scratched on what's here already, the only thing that we've... That's a discussion for another day, but certainly not worth worrying about at the moment. Right?
Absolutely.
I think it's time to call it an episode then.
I think it might well be,
Whew.
yeah. But we've gotten some stuff accomplished. We've fixed a couple of issues. We've gotten a power regulator for our controller, or for our reactor that's a little bit more streamlined. Started making our factory block look cool. We've got Ender Quarry up and running.
And we've got materials in quantity once again.
And you know, if we ever decided we needed a specific resource, like a lot of, we could always go with an MFR mining laser with drill focuses, and that will produce things like we could put in like a yellow lens and get both gold and yelloworium out of that. Cool.
Worth considering.
Yep,
Perhaps.
at 20k RF per tick, that might be the excuse we need to have to build a turbine.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think that'll do for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Take it easy.